All right, welcome everybody back to another episode of Racing Revelations. We're on episode 11. We've made it past 10, which I think all the haters in the comments, shout out our boy Steve. Yeah, he can suck it. We have made it past 10 episodes. We are halfway to the losing point by most Formula One and most podcasts. They make it to 21, so that's our goal, is to make it to episode 22, and then we're quitting forever. That is not actually what's going to happen, but we're going to see how far we can make it. We're going to start off today's episode with a moment of silence for our guy, Logan Sargent. In the arms of the angels. All right, that was our moment of silence for Logan Sargent. Let's move into this week. We've had a great week, had a great race. We're going to talk Zandvoort. Who wants to get us started?
I'm Sam. To the left of me.
Matthew.
To the right.
I'm Jackson, obviously.
To the right of Jackson.
I'm Isaac.
Good job, Sam.
Thank you, Sam, for prefacing that.
Thank you for helping all the people who have not been able to access our YouTube channel. So they're listening.
Okay.
You know?
It's a lose-lose for
We
them.
appreciate all the audience, whether they have
we love
eyes
you all,
or don't.
except for Steve.
Yep, except for Steve.
Except for Steve.
Yeah, Steve kick rocks, man.
Kicks rocks.
Once we hit 100,000 subscribers, Steiny versus Steve boxing match.
Let's go.
Yep, I'll be
Tune
there.
in.
I'll swing on his ass. All right, Zandvoort. Lando.
Yeah.
Shout out Lando.
Big fact.
Do you guys think it was a boring race?
I don't think so. I think it was unexpected, and I think that's why people liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it was entertaining just in the fact that Max didn't win. Coming straight out of the break like everyone thought.
Yeah, I should
agree.
have. I should have written down what our predictions were.
We
I
all
predicted-
predicted a Max win.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think
said
everyone
Lando
but
and Piastri.
Jackson predicted a Lando second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because I had a Sergio Perez prediction second, which obviously brother came in sixth. Tough. Which isn't terrible for Serge. I mean, he's
We continue to shit
middle
on
of the
him,
pack,
and then he top
but-
tens.
Yeah.
he top tens, but he never podiums.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, it is what it is.
Same thing as Logan Sargent, and
True.
you know how he ended up.
Yep.
Fucking
Moment of silence for him heading into the next week.
Dude, you know, speaking of that real fast, it was fucking wild. Williams posted about 2 or 3 posts before they even posted something like, thanks, Logan. You know, we really appreciate your time. They just...
Was it just shouting out like their partners at Duracell or?
Yeah, just the new guy.
I mean, if we're going to be honest, when you cost your team like $21 million in damages over 2 years, over 1.5 years, people are probably going to be like, okay.
He's got to go.
I'd probably up that to 21.5 because you know that brother's stealing snacks in the paddock.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
He's just like, they're like, Logan, those are not your snacks.
Yeah.
And he's just there.
Like
He's
animal
just there
crackers.
Yep.
Actually, I'll tell you that. He strikes me as more like an orange guy. Like he'll grab the orange instead of the animal cracker kind of guy.
That's like, oh, my orange squares.
Yeah.
He's got to be the healthy guy, but
Yeah.
it's all
But he
of him.
can't peel him himself, otherwise he'll crash.
Yes, and he's looking out for the other people on the team. He said, I need to be the healthiest and the best shape I can so I can be the best driver, but obviously it didn't work. Now, he is American, and we're clowning on him. I would love to see him get another shot potentially one day, maybe get some more time in the sim or do anything to kind of figure out what he's doing. Or maybe, here's a crazy idea, maybe we just move on to a new American driver and we root for them.
Let's do that.
I think we can do
Won't
that.
ever
Yeah.
be one.
We'll have to see what happens.
Matthew, get in the seat.
We'll have to see what happens. What do we think of
Seat of what?
Williams.
Williams? There's an open spot.
I could probably do it.
Yeah, we could do it.
I need to do a little bit of neck training, though. Sergio's got me beat. You seen his
What kind
shit?
of neck?
Freaking...
I don't know. Training.
You seen that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of neck?
All
That
right,
took
pause.
you way too long. That took you way too
What do you mean
long.
by that?
What did you mean by that? What did you say? What do we think of Ferrari's performance this weekend?
I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be. We talked about this last week. We all said they were going to be terrible.
Yeah.
And it's funny. What happened? Ferrari and Mercedes switched again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I swear to God, hopefully they flip back. But I mean,
You're gonna
honestly,
lose your
like
shit.
from a standpoint of like being someone that's a Merc fan, I think that.
Are you, though?
Am I a Merc fan? I would hope so. At this point, some people that are listening to this on a regular basis, shout out to the 4 people that maybe do.
Hey, we're
3 of them.
getting there.
We're getting
Shout
there.
out to our
We're mo-
parents.
Yeah, we're moving in. We're moving in the right direction. But I think, like, honestly, I wasn't disappointed to see Ferrari do well. That I wish nothing but the best for them, just because they've been struggling.
Yeah.
And I think they're moving in the right direction, trending the right way. Hopefully, coming out of that summer break.
That battle for third is going to, I think, heat up a lot.
Yeah.
So, do we think with Lando, and the McLaren performing as well as it did and winning the race by, what was it, 22 to almost 23 seconds?
Yep.
Do we think they're just going to pull away, or do we think we're going to see some rebounding?
I think McLaren is going to be the most dominant car for the rest of the season. I think they got, 9 races left?
Yeah.
I think McLaren wins 7 of them, which is
Interesting
bold.
take.
Yeah.
It's bold,
Interesting
but I
take.
think 7 of the next 9 will go to McLaren.
Yeah. Well, and I know Lando's, 70 points back on Max.
Yeah.
I think he's going to give him a good run for it. I personally don't think he's going to catch him.
How much is it now?
70.
Oh,
70.
It's 70.
So I think he's going to get close and make it really interesting for everybody. But 70 points is a lot.
Makes me wonder if they get down to it and they enter that, or Lando loses this driver's championship by 6-7 points, does McLaren look back on that Hungary option where they chose Piastri to win that race? Do they look back on that and regret it?
Ooh.
Dude, that's how, it's the issue, and this is the weirdest like dichotomy in Formula One is like it's a team sport, and then it's an individual sport.
Yeah.
So like I don't think that they can. I think it's hard for a team to be like we chose the wrong driver.
Yeah.
That's a hard. I think they care more about constructors.
Like,
It's an individual,
overall.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're also looking at it, and I think 2025 you'll have. I'll book it right now. I think 2025 Lando Norris wins the World Drivers' Championship.
And then the reg changes come in 2026.
Yep. And then I think it'll be wide open.
Could be
Wide open.
Well, not like Haas.
You don't think the Chipotle Bulls
do
can
you
pull
think
up?
it'll bring in like 3-4 drivers total instead of 1 or 2?
You're saying in 2026.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm also going to make another bold prediction. I think Williams finishes 5th in 2026.
Because of Carlos.
Yes. And the new regs and everything. I think they're going to spend a ton of money to get that car at least competitive.
Okay.
I mean, they have the financial backing, I would say, and I just don't think they've used it. But I don't know why. I don't know.
Well, they're drivers.
I've also been
You
reading,
really think the drivers are the biggest problem for that car?
I read that they actually.
Are we talking about Williams now?
Yeah.
We're talking about Williams. We're saying in 2026.
Their drivers was the problem.
Do you think the drivers are the problem currently?
I think they have a good midfield car right now. They just had some guy who'd freaking dump it in the wall half the time.
That's a good point.
Well,
What was this? What did we tweet out the other day?
Yeah, he had
Logan dumped
25% of his
25%. 9 of his 36 races he crashed
That's horrible.
or DNF.
He had the
DNF'd.
same chances of dumping it in the wall as we do of one of us being a degenerate gambler.
Well, there's 3 degenerate gamblers in this room, so
True. Well,
we already beat the odds. That means we can do better than Logan.
we rocked him,
Yeah,
baby.
we rock you.
We rock you.
Easy, Freddie Mercury.
All right. So we think Red Bull keeps it close.
Yeah.
The rest of the year, or what's the thoughts?
I think McLaren pulls away, and I think they win by 40, 50 points.
Interesting.
If Lando wins, not necessarily like the next race, but if he wins 2 more races pretty quick, he wins the driver championship.
Really?
Yes, and also because I get what I feel this. I felt the same way last week when we were talking about this. Of if I'm McLaren, I'm just dumping like resources into just winning the drivers championship, because like what I said last week or whatever about last time they won constructors was 98, 96.
98.
It's been like 25 and change years.
Yeah.
So like obviously there's an effort to get over that hump, but we also can't forget how good Max is.
Yeah.
Yes, this would be a different conversation if we were in 2022, right? And it's like, oof, we got 4 more years till the reg changes, and there's not a lot.
Yeah.
But my point being of like, man, this is a really good opportunity for Lando to clip a world title himself.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's got
And-
this year and next year.
That's what
the
I'm
thing.
saying.
Yes, because
And he
before
could-
those or after those reg changes,
It's open.
you have no idea what kind of car is going to come out of McLaren. You don't know what car is going to. And Red Bull is losing Honda.
Oh, true.
We're going Ford Ford powertrains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
we saw how the Lightning worked out for Ford. Do we really think that they're going to be able to put together an engine?
Look
for
at
the-
how good
for
America does.
Formula One?
Look how good America does in Formula One. They don't even make it through the whole year.
Yeah, it's great. And we got Chipotle sponsoring Haas.
Yeah.
Like,
It's awesome.
Hey, don't bash on Chipotle.
Chipotle is fine. We love Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Chipotle, if you want to sponsor us, we're here.
Oh,
I don't know
down.
what for, but we'd crush some bulls on the
Do
pod.
you
Oh,
think?
so
Well, I
down.
could show him my secret bowl.
Do you think McLaren kind of pulls a Mercedes move with what they did with Lewis and Valtteri, and they start prioritizing Lando over Oscar? So if Oscar's up and it's getting close, do you think they go, Oscar, please let Lando pass?
But why wouldn't you?
Well, you have to. I think even Oscar in his right mind would be like, you need to let him by.
Yeah, go.
The only thing with that is, I guess it kind of depends. Yeah, that's kind of I mean, yeah, it's kind of tough because there's still, I think no matter how much anybody thinks Lando still is in it, they still should be prioritizing winning the constructors over Lando. So obviously there's going to be situations like that where Piastri is going to be leading, Lando's going to be second, and they have to let Lando go through. But they've got to be very clear on, are we making this decision for the constructors? Or are we making this decision for the driver?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
And if they're able to do that and they're able to get on the same page the week of each race, before and after, on that mission,
Yeah.
then I think that's the best chance that they have of checking off both those boxes.
Yeah.
And any time that they screw that up and somebody gets butt hurt or there's a miscommunication or something, they make some sort of slip up in the pit, you can just expect Lando not to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Because they really do feel like, I mean, as much as we thought it was funny last week, like the odds are really in their favor, so they are the favorite to win the constructors. So we kind of have to change our mindset of, it's not really Red Bull's to win anymore. It's more so McLaren's to lose.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's actually the same with the Drivers' Championship.
You think it's Lando's to win
Lando's to lose.
or Lando's to lose?
It's
Yeah.
a very fine line. I think this race and then Singapore, after Singapore, we'll know for sure if he has a good chance. Because I don't think Max is going to do well in Singapore. Never does. So
That's
I think after Singapore, and if Lando can pull off maybe first and second in these next two races, Lando's 50 points behind with, 6 to go? It's anybody's ball game.
Singapore's another quali heavy.
You know who too could throw a wrench into all of this of the McLaren versus Red Bull is Sergio Perez.
Yeah.
Sergio Perez starts podiuming, finishing even just third.
Just having
That
better
makes
qualifying sessions.
a huge difference.
But
in
it
this
starts
race.
on Saturday, though.
Yep,
Just
he
having
can't-
better qualifying
he can't,
sessions.
He hasn't been able to figure it out.
He's never been a great qualifier, though. That's his problem.
It doesn't matter.
But
It's
he's
not-
with that car, it's the second fastest car, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
It goes McLaren, Red Bull, and then like you walk like 150 yards, and then you go, hey, Ferrari and Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's not close.
No. And obviously we've had the flukes where Mercedes has won this year and the cars looked great, but that's just very track by track and
Yeah.
we'll see. I just
feel
don't
like
think that
that's
they can compete.
On driver too. Like sometimes guys are feeling off. Like we all have off days and we all have really good days. And like that Lewis win recently is like, okay, maybe Lewis just had a really good day and some other guys had off days. So,
Or it's sometimes
Yeah.
about like hitting strategy just perfect, like
yeah,
right on
like
the nose.
everything's right on the money. Like it's just
Like
like
safety
a
cars
great
happen
day.
at the perfect time, stuff
Yeah,
like
your
that.
pits
yeah.
are money. Everything's just working in your favor, and there's other guys that are just getting the bad draw.
It's true. What do we think? Do you think Ferrari's most recent performance was promising, or do you think it was kind of just a one-off?
I don't want to say it was a one-off because I hope to God it wasn't just for Leclerc's sake and just the sake of that whole team because that seems like their culture's just kind of gone downhill as of late.
Yeah,
But I
feel like they're
Really?
on
I
the
almost
draw.
feel
You
like
think
I
the culture's gone down?
mean, just look at, I would say the stuff with Binotto the past few years.
Oh, you mean the past?
I'm saying just overall.
like
I'm saying
recently
overall, like
years.
past 2-3 years. I feel like the
Oh.
culture at Ferrari
I thought
has
you
shifted.
I thought you meant
and there's-
months.
No, I would say the past few months after. Well, I mean, obviously they had the one win, and then from there it's just been kind of downhill from there. And like we joked, they sold their soul for that race.
I just don't
They
agree
sold their soul for Charles' win.
I just don't agree that your culture can go down when you sign the greatest F1 driver to come to
I know, but now they're in this.
I think that's kind of their thought process, and
Yeah.
I think they're prioritizing next year now.
Yeah, they're in a limbo period here
Yeah,
now.
I think right now they're going, screw the upgrades. Let's focus on getting Leclerc and Hamilton. Let's win the World Constructors Championship next year.
Yeah,
I think that's all they're thinking about.
it's just next year.
I mean, they know that they're not going to win this year. They're fighting for third. Yeah, let's maintain and not look like a bunch of idiots, even though they
fall off.
Yeah, they still somehow manage looking like a bunch of idiots every week. But I think it's just, I mean, every one of us in this room would want to see Ferrari do well, I would think.
Oh, totally.
Do you think the battle between Mercedes and Ferrari heats up, or do you think one of them pulls away?
I don't even think it's going to heat up. I think it's going to stay kind of the same.
Stagnant.
Because, I mean, we still don't even know who's driving for Mercedes next year.
Yeah, we do.
It's Kimi.
It's Kimi.
Should be announced tomorrow.
We
It's-
don't know for sure.
Who else would
Dude,
it be?
Toto even was interviewed, and he goes, "I'm really looking forward to Kimi and George next year." Totally gave it away.
Never
Yeah,
know.
I just don't. I don't know who.
I'm not
Valtteri.
willing to give up on it until it's actually done.
You want Logan.
Logan Sargent's in a Mercedes next year.
No, not
Jesus.
that. Just like something different.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jackson's jumping ship.
If who?
Logan Sargent.
If Logan Sargent ended up at Mark Camp, yeah, I'm done.
I'm down.
No, I mean it's fine. I just
Don't lie.
Anyone can go drive Mercedes, and I would be happy as long as it is not Max
Or Stroll.
or Stroll
Oh,
or Pierre.
You say that name. so
Nothing
it's
like a
just-
nice investment from the Stroll family into the Merc team.
Oh, jeez, I don't know. So what do you?
Did you guys see Stroll's time penalty? I wrote that down.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you got a 5-second time penalty for driving too fast in the pits.
oh yeah.
Yep.
He came
Okay.
so hot into the pits, and we were watching it,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh wow, he's going kind of fast." And then like they showed the speedometer, I go, "Yeah, he didn't slow down in time."
He's going way too
The
fast.
good news is it didn't matter because he sucks.
Well, yeah, sure. but it's just another case study or another example added into the case study of
Yeah.
why he does not belong in Formula One.
Him flying into the pits like that was like the seal when you put like that nice wax seal on an envelope. He just was like, "Do you know what? Fuck it, seal it.
Or the-
Amazon Prime next day shipping. See you, fellas."
Yeah, he's.
That was funny.
It's just the participation contract.
Yeah.
That's what he's got.
As long as he shows up to the race, who cares?
It's a hard
It's weird.
spot.
It's
It's
a
a hard spot because they're bankrolling the whole team.
His
So
dad
it's like-
owns Aston Martin. It's
Yeah,
like-
you can't.
You cannot have it.
But see, here's the thing:
Maybe-
there's a fine line. Because if you're his dad, don't you want to go? Maybe I should stop embarrassing my son every weekend by throwing him out there.
No, because it's part of the whole thing. He's done it for years and years now.
I don't know. I just feel bad for Fernando Alonso. He's in a situation.
Oh,
dude.
dude.
just can't make a great decision on a car.
I wish Fernando
Every
would go to
team he goes to.
Mercedes.
I'm so
That would-
mad I
God.
didn't send you this
Get him a
video.
win.
I
It'd
saw
be
it
great.
earlier. And
That's what should
Alonso's
happen.
walking past him, and he just like looks over and just gives him like the dirtiest like mean mug up behind his
Yeah.
back.
It's
I'm
just
so mad I couldn't find it and send it back to you guys, but I was like, he looks pissed.
Yeah. I think Fernando, like that would be one of the guys I would say that should go to Merc over Kimi.
for a
I
year.
think it'd be
No.
or 2 years
It's
maybe.
gonna go for 2 years, and then
You don't have to necessarily sign him to a 2-year contract right now, but you put him there for a year.
You could go 1-1
Yeah.
1 year and then an extension if
Dude,
Alonso or
Fernando's
Mercedes
like
wants it.
Fernando. I don't think, how old's Fernando? Someone look that up. But,
42-ish or something. 43.
oh, okay. So LH isn't that far behind. I just think Fernando's a lot like
45.
Tigre, where he's not going to, like, you're going to have to drag him or he's going to have to break a limb in order to retire.
to stop playing or to stop
Well,
racing.
and that's the thing is, as long as he keeps performing, I don't see any reason why he should stop.
That's what I'm saying.
If he's outperforming a 20-something-year-old Lance Stroll, which I think I could do.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Don't come at me, Stroll fans, all two of you.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, the Stroll
Parents.
fans are
But
morons.
just Steve is a Stroll fan.
Steve's a Stroll fan, and Lance has got burner accounts everywhere. Just a fan club, but it's run by him.
Him
him
and
on
the
100
live
accounts.
bot accounts.
Jesus.
I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think the coming weeks we'll see kind of if Mercedes can get their head out of their ass and if Ferrari can continue on that.
Upward trajectory.
Yeah.
That's we got to dive into that. Ferrari, race suits, love them, livery,
The Monza livery.
you suck.
We're gonna throw in the livery that AI cooked up for Monza. I think it was a lot better.
For Ferrari?
Yeah, for Ferrari.
Love Ferrari. They just give you that little like, maybe they will go with like an all black livery this year, and you're like, finally, they're probably gonna win the race. And they're like, you know what? Let's go with red. And I bet you red, like the red paint or something, weighs like 4 pounds more than the other paints, and they just don't care because that's exactly how Ferrari would run.
What's more important, looking good or performing well? For Ferrari, it's looking good.
Feel good, baby.
Yep, we want to be red.
No, the black with the carbon fiber around their crotch really sent me. Did you see that?
Sent you which way?
All right, on that news.
No, they were at a Ray-Ban thing in Milan yesterday, and then they did like a promo thing for the socials, and Lando Carlos goes carbon fiber.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be another sad Italian Grand Prix.
Yeah, I don't see them winning.
Take me back to 2019 when I cried.
Yeah, we'll touch on it a little bit more. But.
I do think Monza's going to be a great race. I'll say that.
The Temple of Speed.
The Temple of Speed.
All right, do we have anything else burning, or are we gonna do
nothing for Zandvoort? Let's move into Is the Fit Fitting, right?
Shout out! No, we have to give an appropriate shout out to the Dutch fans. I think they were very gracious without Max winning.
Okay.
They were, tipping their caps, clapping for Lando as he came around 22 seconds ahead of Max.
Simply lovely.
Simply lovely.
Yeah. He beat Max by a whole lean cuisine. Where he could cook that thing in the oven and be done before Max rounded that last corner.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No, but yeah.
Suck it, Red Bull.
Shout out to the Dutch fans. Just great people.
Horn dog got horned.
Yeah. Horn dog got horned this week in Zandvoort. But what didn't get horned, I don't know, maybe it made some people feel a type of way, is some of the fits.
Oh,
so we're gonna talk. Is the fit
Great
fitting?
segue.
Great
Jack.
segue. I'm proud of myself.
good.
We're gonna keep that in there, and all the rambling I'm doing now is ruining it all. But here we go. Is the fit fitting? Shout out our guy. The last Is the fit fitting segment he will probably ever be on, and the only one he's ever been on up until this point. Our guy Logan Sargent looks like he's taking a nap. This was a sad week for Logan.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's gonna have a lot more time to rest. Hopefully, he doesn't wear a suit. Actually, he may sleep in his driver's suit still.
Yeah, I would keep it.
Well, he looks like he just got like the disappointed dad text, like, "Hey, son, unfortunately, I'm just disappointed in your performance lately, and we're cutting you from the team. Pack your shit, get the fuck out."
It'll suck to not see those beautiful American helmets finishing P20.
Yeah, the P20 finishes really lit up my days. I loved
So-
it.
Or the DNFs. Those were fun too.
I think
kinda
DNF might be better.
Yeah, that was kind of
That
cool.
pretty much means he was probably responsible for 25% of the safety cars that occurred in his career.
Honestly, that's a stat he should be proud of.
Who do you think?
We should send him a plaque. If someone can get us an address for him, we'll send him a plaque with his total DNFs on it.
Who do you think's more of a goat, Logan or Goat Tiffy?
What if I threw you for a loop and gave our boy Nikita Mazepin a
yes,
shout
I love
out?
that guy.
Mazepin!
Is he really on the same? Is he on the same level though?
I don't know. He's pretty goated up there.
No.
His
I'm saying
nickname's
he's so far.
Mazepin.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
He's
saying he's so far ahead of
yeah. Like he's like the top of the top for pure shit.
What do we think
He's
he's
MJ.
doing right now?
Dude? Who cares?
He's in drifting now. He's so used to
Drifting.
spinning. He's like, let's just get this going.
Yeah.
Let's
He's
drift.
in like F7.
No, like seriously though,
He's
who
in
do you
esports now.
think was worse, like Sargent or Latifi?
I think
Sargent could never
just-
put it together, and I blame part of it on his car sometimes. Like, they were giving him... His car was always under upgraded compared to Albon's every time. Like, I think in this last race, his car was like 21 kilograms or something over what Albon's was. Or something
Interesting.
stupid. I don't know if that's accurate.
That's
I'll
a
probably
lot.
get hated on, but he always raced with the worst car.
Yeah.
Granted, he should never be like 30 seconds behind his teammate like
No.
he was, but
Yeah.
I
Some
feel
people,
bad for him.
some people are great athletes. They're just not the top 0.1%.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
so-
the top
And Logan
1%.
Sargent's a phenomenal driver,
I'd love
but he
to-
just couldn't put it together.
I'd love to race him one day in like little carts, like that'd be
Yeah.
fun as hell, and he'd probably beat our ass.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
totally.
I bet you he's going to go to IndyCar and he'll do great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the wildest thing to me. Is F1 is the weirdest sport in that way, where you could have a dude like Logan Sargent just dominate in F2 and stuff like that. Even Stroll did great in F3, and he won like by like 250 points in F3. But then those guys get to Formula One, and it's like a different game. They just
it's like the comparison people say about like the
be fair,
college
though,
to NFL or college to NBA. Like just the knowledge of the sport, like their sport IQ is great, but then it's the greatest.
Yeah.
I just want to make a correction for the audience. Sam used Lance Stroll as an example there, but it is a bad example because his dad bought the team in F3, and that's why he won the championship.
But half the thing, though, is in F3, all those cars are the same.
Yeah.
All cars have the exact same regulations or the same car.
There's
It's
a couple.
It's a spec series.
There's a couple articles I'm going to show you
true.
that will change your.
I've seen that he
change
did
your
have a
opinion.
little bit of a cheat sheet in every race.
Yeah.
AKA cheat car.
Literally,
But
George Russell said it's not fair.
what does George know? He barely wins in F1.
He always dumps it in the wall, man.
All
See it again in
right.
Singapore.
Well, let's move on to the next one. Who we got?
We're gonna go with the school kid. Pastry. It's the school kid.
It is the school kid.
They dressed him literally in like a Uniqlo.
No, it's Hugo Boss.
Okay, but I mean the brother's wearing like a $12.50 freaking t-shirt.
Yeah.
He's fitting.
It is the worst fit I think I've seen of the year.
Yeah.
It is
Really?
not
It's-
good.
I'm pretty sure I have the same jeans.
You know
Like-
what I love is he pulls up like that, and like the second he walks into the paddock, he gets like his race bonus of like 350,000.
Fuck off.
But my point is like why do they have to dress him like a school kid, man? Like
Yeah.
he already
Brother-
looks young enough.
He looks like he's walking into his freshman year math class.
The thing that has me more worried is that we were just on summer break.
Yeah.
The brother is the palest thing I've ever seen in my life. Dude, you were on summer break. What did you do? What did
like
you do?
Finland or something.
Finland.
Brother went ice fishing the whole time? Like,
Him and
get
Valtteri.
outside. I mean,
He's protecting his skin. All the dermatologists are going to be in your DMs.
good. Come after me. No, I mean, we love Oscar, but it's just the fit's a little basic for me.
Yeah.
A little
Another
basic.
pasty man.
And I don't get like the whole point of letting them wear what they want is so that they can kind of like plug
Brand.
Hugo Boss.
Yeah.
Hugo Boss makes some cool stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we had
dude.
decided to throw him in a light blue tee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, man. Looks like he got it from Zoomies.
Yep, good work.
All right.
That's what they were
K
going
Mag.
for. I like it.
I love
Oh,
it.
dude, total lumberjack.
I wish
look.
Sam
Simple.
this would be something Sam would wear, but I don't think he owns any other t-shirts that aren't black.
You got any shackets like this?
Yeah.
Checkets.
You
I
have
do.
any white
I love
t-shirts, Sam?
shackets, Sam.
I actually do.
You have a white
You
tee,
do?
I do have a few.
but no shackets.
They still have the tags on them.
They're for the formal
They're
events
Hanes, they're
Sam
the
doesn't go to.
Hanes beefy tees. Came in the 3-pack.
There's really not much to say here, but I wanted to put this in so that the audience could say, "Sam, you should wear this in the winter so you
Rock
could."
that. I got one of those.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I like
it's
the
a big-
pattern.
yeah.
That's a fit.
I mean-
Oh, I'm saying fitting.
It looks like Sam just blonde.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more tan than I am.
We'll just lemon juice your hair and you'll be good to go.
Dude, true.
You can
Lemon
look just
juice,
like K-Mag.
genius. All right. Another Haas boy.
The Yukenberg.
Okenberg.
I'm
I
saying
like
it's
it.
fitting.
So this is a Haas collab.
It's Palm Angels.
That's crazy
That's
that
it.
Haas is pulling that kind of love on the interwebs.
Dude, the way when you were singing "In the Palm of an Angel,"
Oh.
In the arms of the angels. I think I love the blending of sports brands, streetwear brands, things like that. Like I think it's dope. It's good for the sport. It's good for fashion. I think it's good. It's a win-win for everybody.
well, it's Haas. I'd even buy that if it was black.
Yeah.
What kind of shoes you think Nico was wearing there?
Oh.
I like Saint Laurent's or Gucci's.
Some Dior's.
Birkenstocks.
What,
I can
Boston's
see
are
him
like full
pulling a pair of,
stocks?
like
Full
rocking a
stocks,
pair of
man.
like the cream and red Sambas
Oh, yeah.
to go with the fit to match the shirt and the logo.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Chipotle.
Nico's all over the TikTok menswear fits.
Oh, I'm sure he
Probably.
is.
He was like, "Oh, I should get a pair of Sambas, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love the glasses though.
It's
Yeah.
the shoe of the summer."
That's a win for him.
It's a tough
Wrong
look.
way. There we go. Danny,
D-Rick.
The future Red Bull driver.
what do we think of this one?
I feel like he's going to his brother looks like he's headed to a backyard barbecue.
I like the wrinkles in the shirt.
It's linen. It's always going to be wrinkled.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That was so good.
Fashionista over here, dude.
Fashionista. I'm not a fascist.
I think it looks like he's it's like a teacher fit.
Yeah, it's
Like
just,
a professor
It's
fit.
it's
or
very
like a
weak for
social
D-Ray.
Yeah,
media.
brother
like a
teaches-
social studies history.
Yeah.
history teacher.
He teaches like art history at like UC Berkeley.
See, I feel
Dude,
like
that's
he's
perfect.
I feel like he
So
teaches. I feel like he teaches Spanish at like a school, like a college, but it's like on the water.
But he
and
doesn't
he
really
gets a
speak
little
Spanish.
flirty with students.
He just walks in. Hola.
Hola,
¿Qué pasó?"
¿cómo
But he doesn't speak very good Spanish either. He's just there for the flirting.
So what does he say then? If he says go, would he get?
I
Hola.
don't know. He says it in
¿Cómo
some...
Sam's like, I
estás?
don't know Spanish, man. This is your job.
Go, hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Daniel. I think it's a fit. It's very basic.
Even with
Yeah.
the wrinkles?
It's linen, dude. Have you not been listening?
Scaring
Read
me.
a book, Sam.
Scaring me.
No,
dude.
I mean I don't know. It's kind of a week for Daniel. We all on the same.
It'd be better if he had like a ascot.
With a linen tee or with a linen top. Nice, man.
Dude, I don't know fashion. Look at me.
What do you mean?
All right, next
know
one.
I'd say a little under par for D-Ray.
What the fuck?
He looks like Hillary Clinton.
All right, so to anyone, we're looking at a photo here of Georgie, and I think he may have gotten into his mom or grandma's closet.
This long trench coat,
Yeah.
double-breasted trench coat.
Well, and it doesn't help that he has a F1 lanyard, like he's in middle school, and he finally had got keys to his parents' house.
My dad gave me the keys to his SLS Mercedes for the day. Yay.
We could go drive together. You guys want to go get a Hawaiian punch from the mini mart? I just don't.
The suede. The
I need
suede
avocados from
trench coat.
Tesco.
The suede trench coat.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
No, it's not suede. I think it's...
Oh, look.
it's like a
fashionistas
houndstooth.
again.
Yeah, nice little... I mean, obviously, Tommy Hilfiger's
Yeah,
getting a
Hilfiger.
lot of plug from our boy.
Yeah.
I've never
hate
been
the
a fan
pants.
of
I
the
hate
pleated
those
pants.
pants.
I've never been a fan of the pleated.
No.
Really?
I'm not a fan.
I think it looks pretty
I think
tight.
eventually I'll come back around. I just think it was too much of a color mashup. Like, give me something that's a little more pop somewhere.
But it's summertime in Amsterdam, man. It's just
Summertime and you're wearing a Pico, brother.
well,
Brother's sweating. The
I
lady
mean-
behind him in shorts.
That might be a dude.
The dude behind him is in shorts.
It's okay though.
I like
We don't
it.
judge.
I think it's fitting. The coat is a little much for
Georgie.
the daytime.
Yeah, right after summer break.
Yeah. But I mean,
He looks like a rich aunt.
Yeah, your rich aunt that you send all the nice stuff on your Christmas list to.
Yeah.
her name's like Monica or something.
She knows, she's going to get you the good presents.
Aunt Bethany, will you please give me this year?
Aunt Georgina.
Georgina.
Who's next?
Who's next? Who we got?
See, that's fitting. I like
All right,
that.
we're looking at a photo here of our guy,
What are those glasses?
Joe
Joe.
Guanyu.
Yep.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty.
Dude, the safety goggles.
Yeah, those are definitely OSHA approved.
I think those may be Yeezy season 3 or something.
Yeah.
Those
Easy
are
season
wild.
3.
Sam's so
I
disappointed.
got so
in
much
you.
to learn.
So much fashion. I don't know. I
Jackson would probably wear that
Jacket.
windbreaker.
The windbreaker?
I would.
like
I think
that
all of
windbreaker.
us would rock
I would
that
rock
windbreaker.
I would rock it if we lived in like a windy place. So
Yeah, not here.
I'd wear
Not
that
here.
on the course during the wintertime.
Yeah. It's kind of tough. I like it. The glasses are a bold move.
Yeah.
I think he probably got a good deal with them when he got one of those. It's
They come with a hair.
what's
Blower?
the
I was in his Halloween costume. He was like, "Oh,
think
cool!
he-
I'm gonna wear these early."
See, I think he probably got him when he went to the Chevron gas station to fill up his tank.
And he's like, "Oh,
he
I
bought
left
one
my
of those
glasses
little
on the
cars, and
counter."
they threw in the glasses with it too.
Like one of the ones with the springs, you pull it back, it launches forward. Yeah.
I
I
like,
like
it.
it minus the glasses.
Yeah.
I give it a fit though, fitting.
Yeah.
I think the hair, like his messy hair, just
dude.
makes this so funny.
Dude, he just looks confused.
It's so him.
Brother's
It's so him.
lost.
Gotta
He may be
celebrate.
zooted. He may be zooted out
You
of
gotta
his mind.
celebrate your last year in Formula One.
True.
Or if you're, I think he's zapped. He's Bob Menery zapped in this.
Shabam will bam zap.
Shabam.
All right, last one.
Oh, Jesus.
This is a big leap. All right, we're looking at Lewis. He kind of looks like
Sorry, Lewis. Let's be respectful.
Yeah, Sir Lewis, come on.
Oh, dude, I love what are those pins called?
Safety
Clothespins.
Yeah, the safety
clothespins.
pins.
Clothespins. I love that holding his jacket.
I know.
together.
Yeah, did the fucking button fall off?
It's like most people have a clothespin, like if they have like suit pants that need to be just a smidge tighter or something like that.
But they put it on the inside.
This brother said, it's going to be cold today. I should bring my safety pin.
Yeah, I can't let my nips expose themselves.
Yeah, we'll leave the belly button out though.
Maybe he got like nipple piercings or something. They're healing, so he's got he's got to keep them closed.
Jackson's got a burner.
Dude was rocking that to finish P8.
Yeah, that's just this is
One,
not,
what's with
not
the
a good look for
and
Lewis.
the printed jeans with it looks like a chain with keys hanging on it.
Oh, they are printed
It's
jeans.
printed.
You think Lewis has keys? No. What does Lewis have keys for?
His Mercedes starts off the phone.
I don't know. I mean,
like,
He's a driver that drives him everywhere. I mean, you know what? To be honest,
it's not that out there for Lewis though. If we're being honest,
no, it's not.
no,
it's not.
but it's not fitting.
I think the shoulder pads from a few weeks ago still were more of a stretch.
Which one of us would rock this besides me?
Besides you,
I could see Matthew wearing it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just would be worried. I mean, that whatever long sleeve coat, hoodie, I guess it's kind of a hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks itchy. It
Yeah.
looks like a
Wool.
sleeping.
It looks like a serape.
It looks like a sleeping bag, like the inside of a sleeping bag from like 15 years ago. Brother found it at a Goodwill and flipped it inside out. Took it to the local seamstress and they made a sweater.
jacket
out
It
of it.
looks like it would like chafe your nipples.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's why it's inside out.
I do like. I will say I
So I
like.
got some tape on them or something.
I will say I like the pattern of the jacket.
Oh, yeah.
I think if it had buttons or it zipped, I think we would all be kind of all over
So then
it.
it's not a jacket.
Or what?
What?
This brother just goes, I like the pattern, but if it had buttons or zipped, yeah. So if it was actually a jacket,
Well, what
if it
is
wasn't
this?
just cloth.
I think
it's a
Hell,
bath
just
mat.
exists.
yeah, it's a bath mat. It's a rug. It used to be a rug.
It may have been a rug.
The thing that's more surprising is that he went with a pretty neutral sunglass choice.
Yeah.
He didn't go with his like Goo Goo Doll goggles or
Yeah.
I think-
frickin' Joe's. He could have worn Joe's freaking glasses.
I think he
there.
looked at his outfit and said, "If I wear those, it'll
Too
kick
much.
me out of here."
Yeah, at this point, it's too
A
much.
little much.
Yeah.
Not surprised with those.
I could rock
this kind
it.
of stuff.
I think Matthew could.
I
Matthew
might
could
pull
Sam.
up in our.
If it was black, I'd rock it.
Yeah.
Sam, I'm getting you that. You're wearing it next week.
Sweet.
Come shirtless. I'll grab
Free
you
the
a bath.
nip, baby.
I'll grab you the bath mat. We'll
Yeah.
be good to
I
go.
want it without the clothespin though. I want to free the nip.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, that should be the Amsterdam hashtag free the nip.
Free the nip.
Zandvoort week, baby.
Damn, for me, free
Jesus.
the nip. Right after summer break, free those nips. All right, y'all. That concludes another Is the Fit Fitting segment. Phenomenal week. I think it was kind of a weaker week in terms of fits, but we're here. We made it through. We struggled our way through this one. But
That's a tongue twister. The weaker week.
yeah, the weaker week of fits. I
And
put you
if
down.
you learned anything new, maybe that D-Rick shirt was fucking linen, and there you go. You learned something new this week.
I don't know how you didn't know that it was a linen
I'm
shirt.
sorry, dude. I don't stare at other men's clothes.
It's just a linen shirt, Sam.
Whatever. It didn't look like a linen. It looked like a shirt.
It was a shirt, but it was made of linen.
Whatever. It could have been made of silk for all I know. I don't know.
Sam can't even spell linen. Who's kidding?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
John Lennon.
John Lennon. Shout out John Lennon. Speaking of John Lennon, news of the week.
John
Who,
Lennon is
lead us through
not
this
alive.
segment. Who wants to go for
I
it?
got you. I got you. All right. So, as it came up earlier, looks like Kimmy is officially going to be at Mercedes for next year.
I'm with it.
What are we thinking?
Trash.
I think it's going to be a rebuilding year. Maybe he'll come in and he'll shock the world.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll shock the world. He's going to pull a Patrick Mahomes in Formula One.
No, don't say that
But
name on
I
here.
just don't think. You better watch your mouth. You're going to get out of my house here in a second.
Kimmy Antonelli's the Lamar Jackson.
There you
He's
go.
going to have glimpses of greatness and
Yeah.
Glimpses of greatness and then just too many morons surrounding him.
I don't know. I just think it's going to take some time.
Does Mercedes focus on the 2026 car? And they kind of just throw away 2025?
I'd like to think that's what they're doing.
Or I would hope to think that.
I think that was the goal as soon as they found out that Lewis was leaving.
Yeah.
Do we know? I don't. And this may be. I'm not an expert by any means on this. When do teams get regulation updates before the public gets them? Or is it all the?
Well, they can't start developing that car.
I know they
until
can't start developing
January 2nd or something.
it. Okay, so then it's just January 2nd. They're thrown
But
into
I'm
the
sure.
fire.
I mean, They can't start developing it, but I'm sure they can start
They're
doing
planning stuff,
calculations
but it's
and stuff
like
that.
There's all the
how much
computer
can you
stuff.
how much can you plan though if you don't know what the regulations are going to be?
Exactly. That's a good question. I have no idea.
I don't
Somebody
know.
educate us.
We'd have to talk to Michael Massey. You got him on speed dial.
Yeah, I do.
Ask Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be back. It's a real thing.
car race.
How about another guy getting signed? Jack Doohan. I don't know. Jack Doodoo.
The Do Man.
The dude, man.
Jack Scooby Doohan.
Yep, the Fu Manchu, Jack
The most
Doohan.
chiseled jaw I've ever seen.
That's true. We should call him Scoobs. Scooby Doohan.
Scooby-Doo,
So Scooby Doohan, Alpine. I don't
think
have
it's a
high
good
hopes.
Yeah.
I think it's just another guy to give him a shot, see how he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad place to put him.
He's definitely a damn good driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ain't going to get much worse than that.
No, so start him there, and if he starts becoming a top name, then that's when other teams can be like, cool, hey,
Bochum.
Ferrari, Mercedes, like other teams can be like, okay, we didn't have to risk it on our team at the beginning. Alpine bit the bullet on that. You're a good driver.
And he was an Alpine Academy driver. His dad was like a MotoGP legend. I mean,
True.
dude's kind of set up for,
Racing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'll do great.
He's bringing some capital.
Let's just hope he's not.
I think that's probably another
Yeah.
reason.
That's always the question.
And let's just
Always
hope
the
it's not a Schumacher situation where he's got a lot of hype behind him, comes in and just kind of
Bites the
That's
dust.
kind of the
is
beauty.
there.
That's
But I think
kind
Mick gets another shot eventually. But let's just hope our boy Jack
I miss
maybe
Mick.
fires on all cylinders coming
I
out.
miss Mazepin.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac, you are Carlos. Do you go to Williams or do you go to Alpine?
I'm going to Alpine.
Jackson?
I'm probably going to Alpine as well.
I'm going to Williams because
Duracell
of
for
the
life.
investment that's coming in and the sponsorships that Carlos brings.
Yeah, that's my thing.
And
too.
So you
I
think
think
he's
their
just
team
gonna
principle is fucking great.
You think he's just going to rebuild that
think-
team?
I think James Val's, when he comes after, because he already came out. He's already said it. I was listening to a thing earlier.
James Valls came out as gay.
He already came out and he said, James Val's literally said, he goes, we're focusing on the 2026 car. He goes, 2025, we're going to throw it away. This year alone, he goes, we spent like half their
that's-
budget just improving their facilities.
Imagine throwing it away for like the last 15 years.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much what they've done.
They're just chalking in. What's another year? It's been 25 since we've done anything decent.
That's
Let's
what I'm
just throw it away, guys. We'll be back maybe next year.
Yeah.
And then to
Maybe.
their fans, we won't be back. The following year, maybe we'll be back. And then toss it away. keep
Williams
going.
is the kind
Yeah.
of team that'll make a car and then they'll go, oh shit, the regulations changed.
They're like, fuck.
It's like, we got 3 weeks, guys. It's like when you didn't do your summer reading assignments. It's like, I got 48 hours to finish 49 books. And it's like,
to do those?
yep, that is the Williams sums up
was
at
me all the
the
way through
beginning
high
of every
school.
year.
All right. What about this one? I think this one's actually going to be really interesting. Liam Lawson is just about guaranteed to set in that RB car. Liam and Yuki. That's going to be money.
Yeah, I think.
Not official, but almost guaranteed.
I mean, any surprises there? I mean, out of the last three we just talked about, I think the biggest surprise was Liam, but also I'm not surprised.
yeah, I
Does
get
that make
that.
sense?
They were talking about it like investors were starting to get mad. Like you got to throw an academy driver in your academy or in your junior team.
Yeah,
Like
I
there
mean,
becomes a point.
yeah, Red Bull's just this like massive like Ponzi scheme, upside down pyramid.
Yeah,
Oh wait, a
little-
pyramid scheme.
Little
Yeah.
triangle action.
No, but you know what I mean. Like they are like the mega funnel.
Yeah, they just try to work everything down.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this call right now. I think D-Rick goes to Red Bull next year.
Ooh.
And I only say that because Max has been talking about it. Horner has been talking about it. And I think Danny Rick's going to probably be able to negotiate a bit. Because a lot of the reason why Checo's still there is because of his sponsorships. I
Yes.
think D-Rick's going to be able to probably go to some of his sponsors and go, throw me a little bit more, and I'll get back on Red Bull.
And and that'll be a good investment for those sponsors of D-Rick.
So then what
And I
happens
think it'll
with
be
Surge?
I think Surge,
Tires?
I wouldn't be surprised if Surge ended up going to a team like Audi. Sorry.
You think Surge goes to Audi? So no, where's Bottas?
One
One of those guys is going to retire. It's Bottas or
D-Rick,
Sergio.
I mean, if D-Rick doesn't get a spot at Red Bull next year, I think Bottas and D-Rick are going to be fighting for that Audi seat.
It still could be, but at the same time, it still could be D-Rick's last year.
Yeah.
That's true. And I think if D-Rick goes to Red Bull, it's like a 1-year rental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Unless
do
he
it until
comes
the
out and
regs
he goes
change.
nuts.
Yeah, that'll be the only thing, but we'll see.
I still think long term that Albon should be in that seat.
Red Bull?
Red Bull.
Red Bull with Max.
I wish Sainz would have gone there.
Yeah, been saying that.
I don't understand why Sainz went where he did. He knows something we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they've got dirt on him and he didn't want to come out.
Or Williams.
Like, I'm not doing
Or
Dirt
Williams
on
was
car.
like, we'll give you half our budget to just suck, but you get like $40 million a year.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
I'd take
He's
it.
already a race winner. He's accomplished about everything he could theoretically accomplish at this point in his career.
Carlos?
Yeah. He's almost 30.
I mean, he could win constructors. I would hope it is his goal.
Williams has a chance.
Well, I feel like that's everybody's goal.
Okay.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Logan
Dude,
Sargent is.
if he wanted to
example.
win at constructors, he wouldn't have gone to Ferrari. It's Ferrari.
I don't know, man. That was exciting though when he announced that.
Yeah, that was
And to be
good.
fair,
They were a good duo too.
yeah, I just feel like Carlos and D-Rick are probably the two guys in the last 10 years that kind of shit the bed.
Yeah.
I think Danny Rick's career would have been immensely different, and so easy to say in hindsight, but as soon as he announced he went to Renault, I was like disgusted.
I don't know why
He had the same contract offer as Max, and Max was going to be making like the most money in Formula One, and he chose to go to Renault.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know why he
weird.
did that.
I mean, I respect him on a human level, like where it seems like it's not about the money. It's not about like he wants to just enjoy himself. Like
And
he's
be a
all
part
about
of the sport.
yeah. But I think his career would have been a lot different had he not gone to Renault. And then the same thing goes for Carlos with staying at McLaren as long as he did. I think something needed to change either earlier or he needed to just say, I'm going to stick with McLaren
Yeah.
through and through.
That's the hard part about Formula One is so many of those guys just kind of bounce around.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you
But
really
that's the
build
game.
something concrete?
I mean, that's the game, though.
Yeah.
But let's be
Yeah.
honest, Lewis is getting older. He's probably a 2-3 year rental max.
For Ferrari?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, at that point, maybe signs his contract's coming up with Williams. Maybe Ferrari snags him back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You never
very
know.
possible.
But there's a lot of guys coming up.
That's the thing.
There's
That's-
a lot
these
of
guys-
Kimi Antonellis.
These guys are going to get pushed out. Bottas, Sergio, Fernando.
Joe.
Yeah, they're going to get pushed out. Or
Yeah.
it's the older guys are going to retire. Some of the younger guys, like, they just haven't necessarily performed as well as they could have. Like, I don't know, maybe Yuki,
Or
Joe,
need to.
those kind of guys. They're going to get booted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last part of this. Quick roundtable. Max. Isaac, who do you think is the best person to be alongside Max for the next 5 years? Like, we're talking big names.
Are we talking in terms of racing or like sponsorships and money?
Everything.
Everything?
I mean, if Lewis had 5 years, I think they would be really good partners.
You would want to see Lewis with Max.
I think so. Just because they're both like competitive people. Like,
Okay.
obviously, we've seen Max show his frustrations over the radio. Lewis has been Lewis Hamilton for how long now? So, like, I think both of them kind of almost feeding off of each other would be beneficial. Lewis has a lot of sponsorships. Max now, with the past couple years of him being Max Verstappen, has gotten a lot of sponsorships from that and brought a lot of attention to the sport, I think. Because I knew Formula One, but, like, you guys obviously helped bring me into it more. But hearing the name Max Verstappen was a pretty prominent thing, other than Lewis. So I think having them together would be good for a team.
Okay.
I think they'd be good for each other to, like, push each other. They may argue and bitch and fight on social media aspect, but on the track, if Lewis was still as good as he, I don't want to say once was, but as competitive as he once was and had good 5 years left, I think they would be able to feed off of each other really well.
I agree
Okay.
with that. I think they would finish 1-2 in a lot of races if they,
Yeah.
in the ones that they weren't crashing into each other.
That's
yeah.
that'd be the
But
obstacle.
that's just because they're both so competitive. It's
Yeah.
just, that's racing.
Okay, Sam, same question, but for Ferrari. Who should be alongside Charles besides Lewis?
So like after Lewis, let's just say Lewis is out of the picture.
Yeah, let's say Lewis is out of the picture, or you could take it as instead of Lewis going in there next year, somebody else. Like, for real, anybody.
Buddy. I'm going to have to stick with Sainz. I think those two work perfectly together.
And you think they win a constructors if they stick it out long enough together?
I do. I think Ferrari, maybe not next year, but I think once those new regs come around, I genuinely think if you stick Sainz and Leclerc together, they win a constructors. Because Sainz might not be the best driver on the grid, but he is probably one of the most consistent. You give him a great car consistently, I bet you he finishes. Charles is the kind of guy that'll win a lot of races. I think Sainz would be the kind of guy that would podium in 20 of the 23.
Yeah, put together 2 high points.
Yep.
2 high points finishes. Okay, same question to you, Jackson, about Merc. Anybody, 5-year plan, not Kimmy.
With George.
With George. I mean, George is their poster boy now.
I would say Leclerc. I think Leclerc needs I think Leclerc maybe needs a move. And I think that if he comes in and he's racing alongside George and he's under that Toto kind of wing, I think you could see some promising stuff.
Okay.
But
someone besides Leclerc, though.
Someone besides Leclerc. If I had to go besides Leclerc, I would probably say Oscar. I think someone a little bit younger. I mean, Lando's young as hell too, but I think Oscar may be
super level-headed.
Oscar's very,
I like that.
Oscar's not going to freak out on track. George freaks out a little bit more. I think if you have George and Lando together on that team, there's going to be some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, because they're
and
both
Lando's
ones.
kind of that stonewall, very cool, calm, and collected. Or Oscar, sorry, is that kind of stonewall, very cool and collected.
He's Iceman Jr.
Yeah, I think Oscar.
Yeah, he's a good number 2, it seems like.
Yep. If I had to create a team, that's what I'm going with.
Okay. Cool beans.
I like it.
All right, Sam, take it away.
Call me Bucky niggas lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing. Bitch, I get high. I ain't looking at the clock, still falling like rock.
Betting on fast cars, like we all like to do. Lose money. All right. Let's just jump into it a little bit. So for Monza coming up, I don't like to bet on the qualifying or anything or practices because everyone knows that's just completely up in the air. But right into the winter, it's getting more in Lando's favor. Minus 105 for Lando, plus 270 for Max, plus 650 for Oscar. I mean, and then after that, it just skyrockets. So I think if anything like last week, Lando performs the same in the bag. That's who I think is going to win it.
Yeah.
About you guys?
Isaac, what do you think?
I agree. I think if Lando performs like he did this weekend and even before the break, the dude's been driving his ass off. I feel like he's shown that he's not saying Oscar's not a great driver, but he's McLaren's number 1. And if he keeps on track, obviously he's going to catch Max, and he's the guy. So I'm with Sam.
I think Oscar wins.
I like it.
I think Oscar wins. I think it's just going to come down to they'll have a subtle difference in strategy, and I just think it's kind of time for something to lean Oscar's way.
But that kind of brings up the question: if Oscar's winning this race and Lando's right behind him, does McLaren
they
make
flip
that
him?
call?
I don't think you can do it yet. There's still enough time, I would say. There's still enough races left that I don't think you can make that call yet. I don't think it can be like, all right, we got how many races we have left?
9.
9. No, it's 9. 8,
You've-
whatever.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of races left on the calendar still. I don't think they can make that call yet. Because, I mean, hell, that could have been a fluke last week. This McLaren could come out this week and just shit the bed and be terrible. So I think Oscar wins, but I don't think that if they're close and they're 1-2, I don't think they flip them around. I think Oscar wins this weekend.
I'll push back a little on that, not necessarily an Oscar thing, but they're so fast on the straights.
Oh, yeah.
The McLaren is so fast on the straights.
That's this track.
And they're bringing out a brand new rear wing that I guess
I mean, everybody is, but yeah.
But I mean, apparently this one's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So, and also, I think they switched Lando this week.
Yeah.
I think 8. Yes, there's a lot of races left, but there's a lot of variety left in the season.
So you think they'll flip them if they're 1-2 for Lando to maintain that lead?
We've got street tracks.
Maintain that lead.
Yeah. We've got some we've got night races. We've got street tracks. We've got circuits. I mean, there's a lot of variety in the last 8, 9 circuits. I think it's too late to be saying, oh, okay, well,
we'll leave them
next
this time.
week. Yeah, this time, dude, I think it's just too late. I mean,
I agree with you, and I think it's kind of the point where If McLaren's in that situation, they can go, Oscar, we gave you that win in Hungary that you earned. We gave it to you. We made him switch. Now it's time for you to do it again, be the team player, and let Lando try to chase down Max.
I mean, and here's the thing, too. Oscar has to realize he has zero chance of winning the individual.
No.
Yeah.
None.
Zero.
No chance.
And they're still going to win, like, whether Oscar finishes first
Yeah.
or second,
There's
and vice versa with Lando, they're still going to win the freaking constructors. And so I think that's why I said it's so important that they get on the same page about before and after each race, each week. Our goal is to win the freaking constructors. That's our number one goal.
Yeah.
Our number two goal is that Lando has a good chance to win.
yeah.
So we have to keep that in mind. But
yeah. One, if they're getting 1-2, they're still getting the same points. But if they can put Lando in a closer reach of Max, I think it'd be stupid of them not to.
But here's another thing to think about is say Oscar is 1, Lando is 2, Max is 3. But say the way that Oscar's losing pace, or vice versa, let's say that the way Lando is catching up to Oscar at a track like Monza, where there's a lot of long straights, the thing that they would have to be worried about is if we drop Oscar back and he gets taken over by Max.
That's the
Yeah.
So that's the other point of if we let Lando pass, he still stays ahead of Max, which gives us maximum points for both goals. And obviously, Oscar will most likely be ahead of Sergio, so that still keeps them ahead, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's all about comparing ones to ones and twos to twos, right? It's like
Yeah, it's like a double-ended sword.
like Oscar isn't racing Max. Oscar is racing Checo. He just needs to beat Checo every single race.
yeah, which he should be able to do.
See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Handedly.
So that was kind of a long way of explaining that, but that's why I think even though the number one goal should be to win the constructors and worry about Lando beating Max, you still almost have to put Lando ahead
yeah.
because they're so close.
Yeah.
If they weren't as close as they were in the individual,
Fuck
none
it.
of this would matter.
No.
Agreed.
It would simply just be like arms out, we need a maximum points and basically do circles around Sergio.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. I think had Zandvoort gone differently, we'd be in a different conversation right now.
Agreed.
What do we think moving into like podium finishes?
I think
Any sleeper picks on this podium finish bet list that you like,
I
Sam?
think the only two guys that you could realistically throw in there would be a dude like the Ferrari guys, Charles and Carlos. Yeah. I just don't see. I don't think Mercedes is gonna fix it this race. I think Singapore is going to be their best shot.
And Merck has been having issues with tire deg.
Yep.
Not
This isn't
good.
the track for that.
Not good on this track.
Yeah, the only positive odd guy that I think could maybe do it would probably be Charles. And Charles always just seems to be in a better position than Carlos does.
Yeah.
Again,
But-
ones and twos. Carlos is always going to have a little bit of that
Yeah.
extra love.
Yeah.
Agree.
All right. How about point finishes? This one's interesting to me because Logan Sargent was still on there when I took this screenshot.
Plus 550, that's a bet I would not make.
No.
They probably could still make it. How about D. Rick being at plus 550? And then Yuki being at plus 330. Interesting move.
Which is funny because last week
It was totally
it was flipped.
Yeah.
And it was solely, we talked about how it's solely based off of the D-Rick name
Yeah.
that he would finish higher up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got a bunch of fangirlies.
I'll book it this week. I think D. Rick finishes on the points. I'll take that plus 550 bet.
I almost like his odds more than I do K-Mag's.
Yeah.
And K-Mag's a plus 270 or plus 220. D-Rick comes in at plus 550. I almost think I'm taking that. I'm taking that D-Rick bet.
Yeah, I would take. Yeah.
How about Albon and that Williams we were talking about being at minus 130 for a points finish?
Yeah.
Yeah, wild.
I think he's
Why?
I think that's a bold choice.
because he's been qualifying well.
I know, but
He would have been P8 without that technical
dude,
infringement.
that Williams
But then
could
again,
just
it's
shut
technical
down on
infringement.
lap 3.
Well, it's not just that; it's just that they could have a bad quali.
Yeah.
I think if he gets through Q2, that he'll finish in the points. I know that's kind of like a stupid thing to say, but I don't know. They're kind of
Cooking.
they might be cooking off of like, oh, we're not gonna have to lose money this week.
You say
know
that
what I mean?
Albon crashes or something?
Yeah.
Albon's going to
Jinxed
go
it.
right into a wall.
God, wouldn't that be sick?
Right
no,
into
but
a
you know
wall.
what I mean.
Tire
There
come
might
off
be
the
some
fucking
renewed some renewed openness.
Yeah.
Little renewed
I have a
hope.
question. What do you guys think? Do you think there's going to be a safety car this week, considering one already crashed? Y'all see that?
Yeah, the safety car crash.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Safety car crash. The brakes
It's like
went out.
Brakes
Right?
failed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brakes failed.
You go into a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard too.
Yeah. But you could tell he noticed because he like swerved it and he was like, oh shit. And then he literally just sent it into a drift
Into
to
the
kind of
gravel.
like lessen
To stop it.
Yeah.
Those guys
Hit
are
that
so
thing hard,
talented.
but
Those are so
would've thought?
talented.
Yeah,
First one
dude,
in
that
this
was
era.
wild. I think we should also blame that on the Strolls.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I don't know why,
I
but
wasn't
let's do
Aston
it.
Martin.
Aston Martin. It's their
I
fault.
bet you. I bet you Stroll was
That is true.
driving.
If anyone's
plot
gonna fucking
twist.
crash
If
it,
Stroll was driving, he would have just
Actually,
driven it
straight
straight
into
into
the
the
It
wall.
was probably
Or
he
right
would've
into the
been-
paddock and just taking everyone
It was
out.
probably Sargent that was driving.
Yeah. Little revenge tour by Logan Sargent.
All
They
right.
should have him drive the pace car this week, just
I
as
agree.
like we appreciate.
like an homage.
yeah.
Still crashing into somebody.
No, they should have him drive the pace car in Vegas.
And then let him do the flags.
Yes.
Yeah.
The checkered flag.
Yeah,
like
we
it.
should just make him a celebrity.
I like it. I like
Put
it.
him in the next Top Gun.
All right. I gotta
Hell
ask.
yeah.
So
Gotta ask. Let's book our podiums for this week. Who do you think's coming out at Monza? Coming out. I said that funny. Who's coming out at Monza? Who's coming out on top at Monza?
Sam's coming out in Monza.
I think we go. I'm gonna go Oscar, Max, Lando.
In that order.
That's my order.
I like it.
I'm going Lando, Max, Leclerc.
Ooh, I like it.
Little Chuck Leclerc.
Oh, Chuck Leclerc.
Chuck. What about you?
Chuck Leclerc.
Chuck Leclerc.
I'll go the two McLarens led by Lando, and I will go Max third.
Okay, Sam.
I think Max is gonna have a shitty qualifying.
I think Lando's gonna win by 15 seconds, and then I think Oscar's gonna come in behind him, and I think Max is gonna be like 10 seconds behind Oscar.
Okay.
I'm calling a 25-second win over Max this week.
Yeah, we could
Interesting.
be potential boring race.
Would
I
love
think it
to
could
see
be.
that.
I think it could be a boring race, but I think it'll still be fun.
But
I like Monza. It's a
If
good
it's
Nah,
time.
I
boring
wouldn't
now,
love
the
the
last
boring race.
few
I'd
races of
love
the
the
season,
Max
when it's
3.
close, will be very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need these to be boring. It's almost like an investment in our entertainment.
Yeah.
We need these to be boring.
So at the
that-
end of the season, it's
Yeah.
Great.
We get to
grinding.
Vegas and they're fighting manhole covers and all the other fun stuff. We get to
Yeah.
deal with.
Oscar and Checo are crashing into each other. Logan
yeah.
Sargent's waving the flag.
Which is
so much.
Stroll's crashing on the way to the race.
Right into the sphere.
Yes.
Which is some more news about Vegas. I don't know if you saw, but there's just residents complaining
I saw
out the
that.
ass.
About F1 again.
Yeah, to
Dude, they've been so pissed
to the
about it.
county saying,
You know what?
"Don't
Good-
bring it back."
The good news is it's only another 9 years, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guaranteed racing.
And your
no matter
taxes-
what.
Quit your yapping.
Yeah,
Just
your
It's,
ta-
suck
it's
it.
gonna happen.
You guys got new roads. The fuck are you complaining about?
Yeah.
Come drive here
Yeah.
And
and
your-
tell me your fucking life sucks.
Yeah,
And your
and new
taxes-
manhole covers.
and your taxes have already paid for the whole new paddock that they put up. They're not going to
Gotta love
demolish it.
Who cares?
All right.
You live in Vegas. It's just you live in a fake plastic city.
True.
That's true. Do you think McLaren's dominance for the rest of this year will bore fans? I know we talked about that with this race kind of being boring.
I don't think so. I think it's different. It's not Max.
I agree.
It's not the same 3 years. It's not the same the past 3 years. I would also argue that Lando and the Zach Brown band and Oscar are more likable than Max.
I would agree. And the horn dog.
And
This
no one
year-
likes the
I
horn
like
dog.
Checo, but I don't like the other two.
Exactly.
I think we're quickly forgetting again how much better this year has been than last year.
Oh,
I
it's been
think
great.
it has been a fantastic year. 8 different race winners now.
It's honestly outside of the drama that 2021 produced, like towards the end. I mean, that whole year was dramatic, but like that one was really just between Lewis and Max the entire year. It was
This
just
year
a
there's
straight
more.
boxing match. There's some variety popping
Yeah.
off this year.
You
man.
gotta fight.
Mercedes wins.
You got to fight for first and second, and then you got to fight for third and fourth.
Yep.
That are both heating up, and I think it's going to be close for both of them. If you go into think about it, the last race of the year could decide for 1 through 4,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Crazy.
and that's
Yeah.
could be super entertaining.
and it would be great for the sport now that Michael Massey's gone.
And the freaking
don't like him, dude.
constructors.
I don't think anyone in their right mind likes Michael.
Yeah.
Michael.
And the constructors, like you're getting at individual, right? With that, you're saying like the individual on the last race could be deciding all 4 of the top 4 positions. The same thing goes for like the top
Yeah.
top 4 or 5 constructors.
Yeah, it's very close.
That's the
So-
thing. You go into the last race of the season with 8 places up for grabs.
Yeah.
Granted, 4 teams, 4 drivers, but still, I mean, that's
Yeah.
when was the last time you've seen something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't happen.
It's normally a landslide. Yeah.
Does not happen.
I think it'll be awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more excited for the end of the season than I am for this race.
Yep.
Agreed. I think the next
Totally
few could be a little bit boring.
Yeah,
But again, if I have to watch a few boring races to have a great end of the season, I'm all
Perfect.
for it.
I'm with it.
Perfect.
The way that I've been thinking about it is how good of a year is this going to produce for next February when they release the next season of Drive to Survive?
Oh, it'll be great.
I mean, the episodes
Yeah.
are just all bangers.
Yeah.
It's true.
They will be good.
The Logan
Like this-
Sargent episode will be heartbreaking.
There's less
For
like,
nobody.
The poor American
There you
people.
go.
We're going to be so sad.
I mean, but think about like that's going to be a good episode.
No,
Yeah.
well, Yep.
There's going to be less of like the kind of like reaching episodes where they're like trying to talk about Yuki's, swearing.
Like,
yeah,
like
and
last year
drama
when they
between drivers.
Like last year when they had 2 episodes about Alpine, who finished like every race in like 12th.
49th
Exactly.
place.
I was like,
Like-
thanks, man. We really care more about Ocon.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'd love to see. My boy Esteban.
The only thing I'd like to watch would be a fight between like Ocon and Gasly. Like who would win?
No, the fight
Like,
that
a
we
slapping fight.
Let
Like,
them brawl out.
no, the fight that we always want to see is Max and Ocon.
Oh, God.
that'd be
I would
awesome.
just love to see Max try to fight somebody.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sid the Sloth got hands, dude.
Dude, for real.
Slow hands. Have you seen a sloth move?
Yeah, I'd rather get waxed.
Oh, brother. I'd pay some
waxed.
good money to see that.
Yep.
Max, anybody. It could be fucking anybody. I'll sign up. I will do it. Me and Max. Let's go.
Little celebrity boxing match. Any concluding thoughts before we get out of here for the night?
Just broke my headphones.
Good job.
I do have one.
Yes.
I hate Lance Stroll.
I'll co-sign that.
I'll co-sign that.
Gentlemen, have a great Italian Grand Prix week. Everyone listening, thank you so much.
Yes,
the
man.
race.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the Autodromo Nacional Monza. Peace out, homies.
Good night.
Later.
Wear some linen this weekend.
Coming from the bottom, now stepping on it neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yen, euros. Now really cashing check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck.